I can't
Okay,
say
we'll
what
do
I'm
that
gonna
one then.
say
But I don't know.
Sound check.
You might have
Or
to check the
sound checking.
language. Just check the language on that. But I think
I think it has. Yeah, I don't think he said anything.
Oh, we're doing a sound check.
We're doing a sound check, and there's no
Sound check.
piano here. We usually burst into song here, and we're woefully understaffed.
That's true.
All right, I'll just say a word, and you guys think of the first song that comes to your head.
Oh, nice.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, baby.
Baby love, my baby.
Oh, nice.
Love.
Hit me,
Thank you,
baby,
Brian.
one more time.
From saving us from Sir Mix-a-Lot.
90s
First
kid
thing
right
that
here.
popped into my head.
Here, I'll get your 2010s for you. Baby, baby, baby. Oh. Next decade.
All right, John Branian.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby.
That's not a song. That's a jingle.
Chili's baby back it is.
A
That's an
jingle's just a song
advertisement.
that's not
You
long
s-
enough.
You said to do the first song that came into my head. That's it.
Geez.
Yeah, this is a musical Rorschach.
That's
It's
what they sound like, by the way.
It's a great improv game. Oh, did you hear that?
Yeah, was that
Oh,
your
that-
stomach?
Yeah.
Wow.
Grief.
I have a great microphone.
I was going to say, did the Rorschach trigger your hunger impulse?
Let's go with some Applebee's.
Jeez.
Gosh,
Yeah.
that was an amazing. So I could hear that. And I'm sitting in a rainstorm outside of a Love's truck stop.
It's kind of far away from my stomach too. It's just that good of a mic.
I thought
I
it
had a
was
question.
thunder.
That's awesome.
Go ahead, Juan. What's your question?
Oh, I was saving it to ask you guys, put forward during the sound check. So coffee was a thing that everybody it was ubiquitous. It was in every household, and people just they just brewed it and drank it. And then all of a sudden, they turn it into something gourmet and something that people would pay $5-6 for. Same thing with cupcakes. You would just make cupcakes and eat them, but they would stack, icing on it, and all of a sudden it's a $10 cupcake. So I need you to help me to figure out my $1 million idea. What's the next thing that nobody cares about right now? Popcorns, they tried it. I don't think it's failed. But what's the next thing that we're going to try to make gourmet that we could charge like $8-9
Gourmet
a
popcorn failed because I think somebody needs to tell the Boy Scouts.
No. Well, okay. So it's kind of like with the Girl Scouts, you get these cute little kids selling them. So that's the only reason that's going. You don't need Boy Scouts to sell cupcakes or gourmet coffee. So maybe it's the product or something. I'm not sure. I haven't given this a lot of thought.
I know what it is.
I would say maybe some gourmet like charcoal for barbecue.
Gourmet charcoal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do? What would you do to charcoal to make it gourmet?
I was going to say, yeah. How do you upgrade?
Scented oils, so you can burn oils while you're grilling.
Oh, and you could do the different brands. Like this charcoal helps you with stress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you grill.
This one helps you focus on your testing or studying.
That's right.
Why would you need the charcoal though? Just roast things over potpourri. Just burn potpourri
We could do that.
in your grill.
Well, what if we just do gourmet sauces then?
Potpourri's not fancy. It's only gourmet if you use essential oils.
Okay. So you got
Why not gourmet ramen noodles?
They make those in Japan. They're called real ramen.
it's
Really?
so they're like, what you guys have is nothing. This is
Yeah.
real ramen.
How are they different from our ramen?
They have real beef in them and egg.
Put
They
an
have
egg.
cabbage. Yeah.
Don't press this up, Brian. No pressure at all.
Hey, Kayla.
Actually really good.
Why does Julia keep yelling He-Man? I don't get it.
Gourmet He-Man? Is that the?
No, I think this was before.
What song comes into my head when you say He-Man? I think there's only one song.
Juan's back.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Everybody got a right to know. This ain't my first rodeo. It's right, here we go. Are you ready for the show?
Oh, here we go. Gourmet dump cake, guys.
Oh,
Gourmet ding dongs.
The first challenge to gourmet dump cake is to find a new name besides dump cake.
Exactly.
Hey, Joe! You're gonna get a welcome
Hey,
in a minute.
Joe.
Hey,
Just
Joe.
hang on.
Hey, Joe.
What's up, Joe? What would it be? You couldn't use the word dump. You're right. So what's a gourmet version of dump?
Pile?
Oh, boy.
No,
Like pile,
that's not good.
pile cake,
Pile cake.
refuse cake,
Waste cake.
landfill pastry.
Oh, that
Waste
actually
cake.
has a rhythm to it.
It does. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of SCQS, also known as the Starving Comics Quarantine Show. I am your new host for today, and for today only, I am the one, the only Brian April, wishing you a welcome and a hello too. We have so many special guests today. We have an amazing show for you. To my immediate, right center square is the one, the only Amanda, center square, and to our far right we have the amazing Tabby. And you may recognize this fellow that's right here. You may recognize him coming to you live on the road in the middle of a tropical storm in a parking lot. The one, the only, the normal host of the show, John Brannion. How are you, John?
I'm in a storm, Brian. Thanks.
All right. And now to
Thunderstorm.
sports. And of course, rounding out our group today, we have, again, the one, the only, Mr. Juan DeVivo. Smile
That's
emoji. How are you?
That's right. That's right, Brian.
So
That's
this is actually a surprise today. We weren't sure if we were actually going to get John in here today, but John is John. You were on the way back from was it South Dakota? Is that correct?
I'm coming back home from South Dakota. I was at the Fight Laugh Feast rally, and I have a lot to talk about, but I don't want to do it here because I'm probably going to be hit by lightning before this is over. And
That would
I don't
actually make
wanna-
for good content. We would get up.
It does.
We would break 100 views if you guys.
We would
struck
definitely do
lightning.
that. Yeah. So
you
can
think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
I
So
don't-
just run out with your
Yeah.
camera like that and just.
Wave it around.
Yeah, I think that'll work well. Well, we're
Well,
gonna get.
okay.
We're glad that you're here, and glad you could check in with us and be with us as long as you can. But first, before we get in the show, we got to start it off like we always do. Oh, Joe Friesen. Hello, Joe. Welcome. And for those who are new, if you just say hello, it's your first time, you get a special greeting. And today, you'll get a greeting from how about Morgan Freeman? John, you want to do Morgan Freeman for him?
Yes, he does.
I don't really want to do Morgan Freeman. If we get a hello to a new viewer, I will open the door and do a lap in the thunderstorm around the car while
Oh,
I'm
I
talking.
just saw it
That's
flash.
okay. Yeah, no.
Did you
I
see it
I
flash?
saw it flash. Yeah,
All right,
that was not good.
So we'll just say, hello, Joe Friesen. This is Morgan Freeman welcoming you to SCQS. We hope you have a good time in here. So sit back, relax, have a slice of dump cake, and enjoy. So
I'm not sure they go in slices. Wait, bring that back up
Do
one
they?
more time. Yeah, bring
What-
that quote.
What do you
that
call it
comment
then?
back up.
Pieces?
The
What is
same
this?
guy. This is
That's a
also Joe
scoop?
Friesen.
A serving of a
Yes.
dump cake.
you know,
I don't know if you guys noticed, but that's a Rubik's cube.
I was just about to point that out. A
I don't know
Rubik's
if
Cube.
you guys saw that.
Did somebody say Rubik's
Somebody said
Cube?
Rubik's Cube? I'm like, you can see.
Oh,
I'm
is
looking
it
around
not?
for my Rubik's Cube?
I thought you had it right nearby all the
It's
time.
like, it's right there. Give me 2 seconds. Okay.
For crying out loud.
Okay, yeah, I forgot where JT is. He's
at a
did
show
not-
tonight at a church somewhere. I don't remember exactly where, but he is out of quarantine and doing what he does. But we miss him.
Oh, good.
That's
We
right.
should
That's
say
the
nice things
problem.
when he's not here.
It's the problem when everybody on the Starving Comic show is actually
Doing
show
stuff.
business people, and that's the problem.
We need more
We
common folk.
We do. We need people who are not show business people. And
Well, I had to make it like, John. I have to, that's my way of being disconnected. Because I have internet. I don't usually drop out, so I have to
Oh.
physically remove myself. But
It's gonna
There
be
we go.
shots
Just-
like that.
whatever.
someone
Okay,
mentioned Rubik's
I've
Cube?
been meaning
Okay.
to ask you, with the one with the bulging sides, what's the actual? Is there a technical Rubik cube term for
Rubik
that
cube.
guy?
Is that
It
a
is
singular?
it is a 7x7 Rubik's Cube. It's technically not a Rubik's brand, but it's a speed cube.
Really?
So
That is not a speed cube.
But nobody would call it anything other than a Rubik's Cube, right?
right. It's like calling it a Xerox or
Right.
a Kleenex, or
Kleenex.
something like that. Yeah, it's kind of get that,
Right.
that brand name.
It's a different brand name.
So before we get going, though, we do have to take care of a little housekeeping, right? We got our weekly, we got our Clickers of the week. And JT, as you may have noticed, is not here today. He is doing a gig. Lucky him. And so we are going to do our own little jingle. And then we have our things ready. So I will do it for you because I have no shame. Some people like to sit around and eat a bunch of Snickers. That's okay. We're here to introduce this week's brand new Clickers.
Clickers.
Woo!
Ta-da!
And this week's Clickers are
And
Eric
and
Tricken.
Eric and Tricken. And Tricken.
And Tricken. And
and
this week,
and
Amanda
Masters.
Masters.
How do we know it's
Hey.
I mean, we definitely want to say thank you guys for all of you who are out there who do sponsor the show. You can go to johnbranyan.com and help sponsor the show and get your name up there as well. And we really do appreciate the support on that. I do.
That's right. If you sponsor us, we can mispronounce your name live on Sunday.
That's who doesn't want
Yeah.
that. Who doesn't want that?
Doesn't
right?
want that.
all right. Hey, do you want to see what kind of show it's going to be tonight,
No.
Brian?
Yes. What
Nope.
kind of show? Because
I mean, you're in charge. It's up
Yes,
to you. But
absolutely. let the
East
viewers
of the
know.
Porsche, buddy.
All right, here we go. So this is our
Yes.
typical show. And so if that's our typical show,
A
tonight's
little
show
forlorn.
is going to be
Just slightly higher.
just a little elevated, a little smaller, but that's
look,
okay.
So here it is. A typical show. A typical show is a woolly mammoth. Tonight's show is a floating woolly mammoth.
Ah.
That's what the difference.
not
A
like
less
adult,
grounded
yeah.
show.
That
Yeah,
Yes,
show
it's
is
definitely less grounded. That's for sure.
it's filled with helium.
So
So I'm
so
not
many
going to
good
even stay
ideas.
for the end of this show. If that's all the better it's going to be, I'm going to just keep driving.
well, that was the goal, is to see how we were taking
We
bets to
drive
see how
John
long
off, yeah.
we could drive you off.
Trying to get me to leave.
Absolutely.
It's
So
gonna be
Perfect.
So should we? What should we start with today, guys? Should we? We have
So
some
much
things to do.
stuff.
I know there's so much stuff. We have some new
got
games. we have
2
some new
hours
features,
worth of stuff.
and we're gonna pack it all in 20 seconds. So it's gonna be
Wow.
good. We have a new segment that we haven't unveiled yet involving Amanda, and we also have another new segment with Tabsha, and we have a new game that we're gonna be playing. So we have a lot of new stuff. So it's gonna be fun. So I think
Calm
what
down,
we're gonna
buddy.
do is we're gonna start off with a little game for Amanda.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, we're gonna start off with Amanda. This is kind of a special night. So, Amanda, you want to explain what we have going on?
Well, okay. So if you've been on the internet for any amount of time, you know that there are lots of support groups, right? Lots of things out there that are available to you if maybe you are into a hobby, you're a gardener, a lot of mommy groups. This is where I noticed this trend for the first time, like baby wearing support
What
group.
if you're into gourmet cupcakes? Do they have a group for that?
Sure.
Well, there should.
Yeah.
There is now, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So like cloth diapering, breastfeeding, support groups. And people love to get together and talk about what unites them or their shared interests and experiences. But whenever people get together, there's the potential for bickering and disagreements, which of course is awful because it's a disaster when somebody disagrees with another person.
Right.
Can't
I
have
disagree with you.
That's fine. I support you. Grown
Yeah.
adults who are
Support
looking for
disagreement here.
support usually don't want to hear different perspectives. They just want to be affirmed and patted on the head and encouraged that they're on the right track, regardless of what that track actually is.
Right.
And so most moderators and administrators are spending a lot of their time breaking up these petty disagreements and tone policing, and other important work like that. So as an
Important work.
example, I actually pulled this off the internet. And this is an actual suggested set of rules I support the baby crying in the background.
What's that?
This is suggested rules for a support group. So if you want to have a support group of your own, this is what they suggest that you abide by. Okay. It's a safe place. Be honest about your feelings and thoughts, etc. Use I statements and express your feelings, not your opinions, because opinions are bad, in my opinion.
Your feelings are different from your opinions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
apparently. But the most important thing is the very, very bottom line. No one is better than anyone else. Keep this in mind. No one is better than anyone else. We're all equal.
Every idea is equal.
We're just different, but that doesn't mean better. We're different, but
Right.
all equal.
Yes.
I see where this is going.
I really, I gotta say though, I really like to listen generously. I just think that's.
How are they
we
going to
skip
monitor that if I'm across from my phone?
Tabby, do not interrupt Brian.
Again, if we're typing, how am I picking up Brian?
I support Tabitha's interruption.
I support Juan supporting Tabby,
Okay.
and I also support Brian.
So this is an
interrupting.
actual. I
Can
took
I
a
support myself?
screenshot. You absolutely should support yourself, and also support me while I move on to the next slide. So I have a screenshot of an actual support group I used to belong to, and this is their final paragraph. Okay, please notice there's zero tolerance on any criticizing of a medical professional. No judgmental banter. And if you can't support one another, your comments will be deleted.
I like the judgmental. So you can't no criticizing on the judge's mental banter that they have with each other.
Right.
I try to. When we do
when they're
these things,
speaking
I try to-
telepathically to each other. Do not judge. You can't critique that.
Right. See, you got it. You're on the right track already.
I try to stay in like a character, but that broke me. That broke me. I'm sorry.
If you can't
Judgmental
support
banter.
one another,
Yeah.
your comments will be
Yes.
deleted the first time. After that, you will be permanently deleted. Depending on the situation,
They
you
will-
may even lose the first warning and just be deleted.
Yeah. They will delete you. They won't delete your post. They will delete you.
Right.
Oh no.
Yes.
Advice isn't one-sided. There's always multiple sides to giving advice. Okay. And we're all equal. But some of you are going to be deleted. Okay.
Today on Judgmental.
What if? But I really feel like supporting people who are have
Who want to
judgment.
delete you?
That have the people that want to delete me. I feel like supporting them too, though.
Yes,
So-
Juan. Okay, so this sounds good in principle, but unfortunately, I don't think the people who are getting deleted from the groups feel very supported. And so, because for example, I know I didn't feel supported when I was deleted from my canning and homesteading support group. True story for another time. So
Why do you get kicked out of a canning group?
not now.
Online.
She thought you could use plastic.
What
Judgmental
sort of
banter.
judgment?
Judgmental.
Yeah, what sort of
Judgmental.
judgment
I
did
don't
you
need
render
your
in a canning
negativity.
group?
I don't
Yeah.
need your negativity, Dad. Okay.
I'm
So-
not negative about it. I'm actually kind of proud of you. I didn't.
So, when I was in the middle of that drama being deleted from the canning group, I realized the world is in need of a real support group that actually supports everything. Okay. And that's when Ask Amanda, the support group for the 21st century, was born. Hang on. I have a banner.
Support for everyone.
Ta-da! Here,
There
let me
it
get
is.
that off of Dad's face.
Okay.
So the
support group
premise,
for everyone. Yes.
it's a support group for everyone. And here I actually have a Facebook group that's no longer functioning,
Inactive.
but I also have a MeWe group, Ask Amanda. And too many support groups turn into these judgmental bash fests of bad advice. But my group is for anyone who's tired of that negativity, and any question you want about any topic, I will only allow supportive answers. So for example, you're on the right track. Trust your instinct. And I did it another way, but yours is probably better. Okay.
What about follow your heart? Can we say
Yep.
that?
Sure.
That's-
If
goes
the
in there.
person asking the question wants you to say that. But
Right.
even if you answer in such a way that the person asking the question doesn't like it, I support both of you.
Okay.
because this is a
Mhm.
support group where people can finally get support for literally everything. So
That's cool. So can I suggest following other internal organs like spleen? Follow your spleen. Follow your
Pancreas. Yeah.
pancreas.
Yes, and I will disagree, but I will also support you in your decision to say other things.
What about follow the noise that Tabby's stomach just made?
It will take you great places.
look, here's a testimonial from an actual Ask Amanda client.
Client.
Okay. So there you go. Words speak for
Thank you.
themselves. I am very
Thank you, Jeff.
supportive.
It's the
And
most support he's ever gotten. Is that what it says?
It's
It's really small on my phone. So
yeah, the most supportive for his weirdness. And I support him calling himself weird. I also support people who say, "You're not weird, Jeff. You shouldn't be so hard on yourself." I support them too.
Mhm.
I support everything.
I think I understand where this is going, and I hate it.
I support your
support
hate.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we support that. Yeah.
So
That's
are we
okay.
doing it live now? Is that a thing where we're going to have people make suggestions for stuff?
Right. So
And
any other time throughout the show, if somebody has a question for me, just start with Ask Amanda : and ask me if what my perspective is, and I will give the most encouraging, positive answer that I can come up with, and support you.
I know it's
Okay.
a bit, but just hearing you say that, I was immediately like, "Bleh." It's
She
so
can't
not
even hold
you.
her composure anymore.
I don't know what you're talking about a bit, Tabby. I'm just
been
trying to make the
broken.
world a better place.
I
Okay,
can't read, but I see John. I'm being something.
you're being unfriendly, and
unfriendly.
I'm being
support.
unfriendly.
I support Rachel's assessment of the situation, and I also support you, Dad, because I support everything.
He needs to
Well-
probably be kicked out of the Red Yo-Yo Club.
That's what it means. She was actually being supportive of me when she used the term unfriendly, I think, which I support.
Right, unfriendly in a positive way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
In a
encouraging
supportive
me.
way.
Yeah. She was encouraging you to express yourself. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that as she was posting that. It's like we have so many convoluted levels in this show now that it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible to take anything that anybody says at face value. It's all
Yeah. So
got
here we
double
have
meanings.
a question. I know you can't read it, Dad, but it says, "Ask Amanda, is this a bad time for my laxative to start working?" And I just need to be upfront. I'm not a medical professional. I do
indeed,
not
yeah.
give medical advice. So whatever your doctor says, you really should consider that. But if you don't like what your doctor says, feel free to go and check out other doctors.
Mhm.
And most importantly, if you feel like something is wrong, then explore that. If you feel like everything's right, I support you in doing nothing at all. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the idea of exploring this. If you listen to your body and you just explore what's going to happen, then I think you'll discover things about yourself
Definitely.
that will
Especially,
surprise you.
And
that
others will
surprise
discover
you.
things about you as well.
Yes.
yeah, this is a great time to start being introspective as your laxative kicks in. It's
Right.
time to dig deep and contemplate things.
now, yeah, I support you for kind of peeling apart his comment or her comment. I don't know, that person's comment a
Right.
little bit.
Mhm.
But I also
Some-
support people who might think that maybe you are towing the line of being a little judgmental. I support it all. Here's Stefan. He says, "Would you be supportive of me being supportive of people being unsupportive about you being supportive supportively?" And I don't know what most of that says, but I do know the first 4 words are, "Would you be supportive?" And the answer is always yes. So whatever the rest of it is, doesn't matter. I say yes. So
Okay.
there you go.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We are basically simultaneously supporting everybody with everything, and that should make everybody feel better, right? Isn't that the goal? Everybody
Right.
should feel
Yes.
Feel good
and
about it.
validated.
right.
I
Their
kind of like when
ideas have
people are not
merit.
supported.
Joe Friesen says, "I'd like to put PB on both pieces of my bread." peanut butter. Other people only put peanut butter on one piece of bread. Who makes a better PB&J sandwich? Now notice that term better. And I know this is a trick question, Joe, and you're not going to trick me.
No.
Because all
There
ideas
is no
are
such
equal.
thing.
There is no better. Nobody is better than anyone else. However, if you feel like your PB&J is better, it is.
Unless somebody else thinks theirs is better, and then you're both right.
Right.
But
Everybody's
I
always
also
right.
support their right because you didn't mention putting jelly on there. You just said peanut butter on both sides. So therefore, PB&J is technically not. You're not making a PB&J sandwich. You're making a P&P sandwich. A P&PB.
P&P.
Peanut butter.
P&P sandwich.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put another letter in.
Yeah, PB and PB. It's a P&P
If you
sandwich.
put more of the same ingredient on,
Listen,
you count it twice.
you guys are shaming me because I choose not to put a second letter there. And this is supposed to be a support group here. And I you know what? I'm going to go get somebody who's going to defend my case.
Oh,
Brian,
How much extra
If-
peanut butter is needed in order for it to be considered a whole new peanut butter and not just one peanut butter? You know what I'm
Brian,
saying?
you're not being supportive, and I support that.
what constitutes like double peanut butter? Is that
Yeah,
what
so
you're
instead
asking?
of just calling it a PB sandwich, how much peanut butter needs to be on it for it to be a PB and a PB sandwich?
yeah, see, I was thinking
Or
PB
is it
sandwich
the
when he
amount
said
of
peanut
bread?
butter.
Like 4 slices of
It's
bread
the
makes a
it's the
PB
brand if you put
sandwich.
2 different brands of peanut butter on there.
Oh.
Of peanut butter and also peanut butter.
Like types of peanut butter.
PB.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can't say it too fast.
PB and yeah. If you put extra bread on there, it'd be
PB.
PB and B. PB and except
So
you don't
bread
really.
is now an ingredient?
Yeah, bread and bread. It's a
You
bread.
don't list bread in a PB&J.
Well, I would support anybody that did.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, no, this is hard, Mandy. I don't know if I can support everyone.
You can and must.
So
Yeah,
what,
it's not a question of your ability. You got to grow.
do you know what I
into
heard
that.
about this? Just yesterday, I heard about peanut butter and jelly hamburgers. Have you ever,
Okay.
you ever
just a second.
experienced it?
Just a second. We have
No,
a
I have
special
not.
guest who is
Oh.
coming in.
Is it
I
Karen?
I don't feel very supported.
I don't know. We're gonna ask her.
It's got to be Karen.
Oh, you know what? Listen,
Oh, here we go.
hold on. No, this is ridiculous. I have been listening to this show, and this is nonsense. You guys were totally rude and totally did not support Brian. Okay, I want to speak to the manager. You know, John, I'm glad you're here. You weren't supposed to be here. I have a bone to pick with you and this show. Okay, I have a very serious bone to pick with you. Okay. I gotta tell you, a couple of weeks ago, there was so much gratuitous self-promotion on this show. It was disgusting, okay? They were talking about johnbranion.com and signing up for the Click, and then there was the story salad stuff for JT Oaks on his website, jtoaks.com, johnthomasoaks.com, which is ridiculous. And I think that the self-promotion on this show has to stop. I'm telling you, no one's tuning in to just see this nonsense, okay? Hold on a second. Now, let's get to business, okay? Because I know you're here for one reason. You asked me a couple weeks ago, you wanted me to do a review on something that's very near and dear to your heart. So we're just gonna jump. I'm going to take over this show. I don't care what you had planned. I am a middle-aged white woman and I have all the rights. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about a review that I saw on Amazon and I have just lost my mind over. Okay, so could you please bring that up? And this is near and dear to John's heart. This is gonna be from Dancing with Cats. Okay, this is a book called Dancing with Cats, okay? And sure, on the surface, it sounds all kind of fun. It sounds great, but and I'll even read it. It says, the cult classic is back. This petite 15th anniversary hardcover reissue keeps all the original mystery and magic of cat dancing delightfully intact. Perpetually, I want to sue whoever wrote that word because I can't say it. Perpetually ahead of its time, Dancing with Cats presents scores of delightful and inspiring photographs of people and cats engaging in their favorite dance routines. So All right, here's what happened. I got this book, okay? And as a book, Dancing with Cats is very professional with strong writing and an excellent selection of testimonials and great photographs. However, my cat was never a dancer. An artist, yes. A rapper, yes, of course. But a dancer, she would have none of that. I read this book to my cat every night for 1 year. She cried through most of it. She still won't dance with me. So I have issues, okay? And I've seen a couple of these reviews, and these people kind of agree with me that they're my people. They should not, join any sort of support group. They agree with me. I had the paperback copy. This is an actual review. I've had the paperback copy of this wonderful book for years. Wanted to buy a copy for a friend, and since the hardback is about $4 less than the paperback, I ordered it. I admit I assumed the hardback was the same size as the paperback, but it's not.
Oh, no.
Well, the paperback is 9.5 inches square. Yes, I measured. The hardback is only 6 3/4 inches square, and that is the type and photos are proportionately reduced, which makes it hard to see the expressions on the felines and the humans.
Mm-hmm.
So looking carefully at the Amazon page, I see the hardback is described as petite, but the actual dimensions are not stated. So I'm returning this petite hard book and ordering the full-size paperback.
I support you, Karen.
Thank you. There are a couple others, if I may. Okay. And I would love your opinion on this, but this one sums it up totally. This book is ridiculous. The author has to be nuts. So I think that says it all. Now, here, I feel like the Karen Book Club read this book, because that's what these reviews all kind of sound like. They're kind of crazy. And I love it, because that's what we are. We're crazy. First off, I think the author's choice for pseudonyms is telling. Very offensive. Secondly, this book is nothing more than ridiculous pictures of cat-loving fools dancing with their idiotic felines. What makes this a real trip to Loonville is this is not a joke. So I think we need to speak to Amazon about that. And here's the last one. I'll read, and I think you guys will know where I'm coming from with this. My current and probably soon to be ex-spouse was given this book by one of the nattering fools in her cat club, and has been dancing around the house dressed up like Alice in Wonderland with her annoying Tabby Bobo. Oh, it's not you, Tabby. This is Tabby.
I don't feel very supported.
I know. Well, as long as your name's not Bobo, I think you're safe. So, if that's your nickname, then you can dance around and be in the book. It is about all I can stand. I have phoned my lawyer. Dancing with Cats has taken over my home. The only thing Bessie wants to do is dance with Bobo. She's busy knitting costumes. She refers to them as catzooms for Bobo, and is dancing around the house like Fred Astaire on a bender. I'm warning you, if this book finds its way into your home, you're in for some hard times. I can't tell you how many times I have launched Dancing with Cats into the trash bin, fireplace, up automobile window, and upside Bessie's dumb head. Each time another appears, it must be good for sales, but it is very frustrating for me. Crazy cat lovers seem to love this book. Normal humans, even those who can tolerate cats, will find one of those ridiculous things that points out just how many crazy people there are in this world. And that's all I have to say about that.
Karen, did you feel triggered by your cat not being able to dance, or by the book making your cat feel ashamed that she couldn't dance?
Both. Okay, I get triggered by everything. Okay,
Yeah.
My cat should have been
I'm
dancing.
sorry, that was a foolish question.
I wanted my cat to be on Dancing with the Stars, or the cat version, which is Dancing with the Paws. Either one would have been totally fine. And now we have to go on America's Got Talent to do that.
Well, you can make your cat feel
yes.
better by just showing it the film Cats Don't Dance.
I could do that. I've never seen that. Where would I find that?
YouTube?
Maybe.
YouTube.
But you know what? But I want my cat to dance, okay? I want my cat to be famous so I can just be, like
Yes.
the cat dancing mom and put it in a cat beauty dancing pageant with all those other 6-year-olds.
Yes.
Now, Tabby, you have to remember that you can only offer advice if
I
the
support
person
it.
asks you for advice. Of course, I support you giving advice whenever you want,
Right.
but just in somebody else's support group, of course.
I think the standards for dancing have been set too high by the system of the dancers who set the bars of what's good dancing and what's bad dancing. They don't know. They sit up on their ivory towers and they don't see what the common people do. Dancing comes from the heart. So whatever your cat does, call that dancing. And
Right.
then-
Why do they have judges on those shows? They shouldn't judge anyway. Everyone should just get on and win.
Yes.
Yep.
We should support all dance.
So you
Absolutely.
strap a laser pointer to your cat's collar, and whatever he does after that, that is how he dances. That's what's inside of him.
I will take that into consideration, Juan. Okay, I gotta go. There's a Starbucks that I need to go terrorize.
Thank you for sharing with us today, Karen, and you're always welcome here in this safe space.
Thank you. Talk to the manager.
Oh, I just love her. She
Down
is
to earth.
so supportive.
She tells it like it is.
Right. Yeah.
Down to earth.
Because
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Nobody's better than anyone else. She's a little different from you or from me, Juan, but she's not worse than you.
That's not bad, right?
Yeah.
Right.
She's equal.
Yeah. It's probably just a coincidence that I have a little headache behind my eye now. Probably just one of those flukes.
I will not tolerate any criticism of medical professionals, by the way.
I said it was a
If somebody's getting ready to say something critical of medicine or medical professionals, I'm going to shut that right down.
We will kick you out.
fine. What about me? Aren't you going to support me with my
Yes.
with my pain behind my eye?
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't even have to finish
Okay.
that sentence. Just yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And no judging mental.
So
People want to know
I'm-
if we support that, saying that Tabby and I look like twins. And of course, I support
Oh.
everything.
I'm bad at this.
What?
I need my own group. That's just
And
called
we
I
support
disagree. Yeah.
I disagree.
Mandy can have her support group. Mine will just be I disagree. Whatever it is that you have to say,
Yeah.
I disagree.
whatever you're saying, I think is wrong.
Yeah, I think you're wrong. There you go.
Well, I guess we can just ignore the peanut butter and jelly hamburgers and move on to whatever we were going to talk about.
Well, there are some people who said that they like those, but
So there's people who've had them,
I
people
disagree.
who've actually tried them, or they just like them because they're supporting everything.
David uses peanut butter, lettuce, olives, and more peanut butter and calls it a plop. And
Oh, that is a very fitting,
Yeah.
very fitting title for that.
and hey, here's
sandwich.
our clicker of the week.
Hey.
Yay, Eric!
PB&J on hamburgers. His daughter loves that.
Okay, I'd never heard of it before, so I guess in South Dakota it's a thing that they eat unapologetically.
Oh,
They're like, yeah,
South
we eat
Dakota.
that, and we don't even care what y'all think. So,
Yeah, all
South
15
Dakota.
of them.
That makes a lot of sense.
do you know how
South
many
Dakota.
people live in South Dakota? You know what the population of the whole state is?
25.
Right, that's exactly right. 25 people. No, it's like less than 1 million people. It's 850,000 or something like that in the whole
Wow.
state.
I think Tabby's frozen.
Yep.
Oh, but we
Oh,
can hear her
no.
still.
Yeah, we can hear.
Hello, guys.
She's doing ventriloquism now. So I think we're going to move on to a game or just a cool thing. We have some stories, and since Tabby is here, we wanted to definitely get her involved because this is something that is near and dear to her heart, despite her stink face that she's got going.
I don't know
And
how to
her-
make it stop.
her look of disdain.
This is going to be harder without being able to see Tabby crack up laughing. But
I can
Let's
try
go.
to like.
You have to
Wait
get
a
closer
minute.
to the cab, closer
Yeah.
to the camera.
Yeah, just reconnect. If you go out of the studio or
Okay.
just close
There
out.
she's
There we
there.
go.
Oh, there she goes. Okay.
I didn't do it. I didn't kick her. I just want everyone to know I didn't block her or delete her.
No.
That must have been the producer. The producer
Yeah.
must have done that. So,
And we support that decision.
yeah, we do definitely.
Okay, she's moving now.
This would be a good time to go over to johnbranian.com and become a member. Now that
Okay.
Karen's
Get better
gone.
internet.
So if this is what I think it is, it starts with just a little backstory about Tabby. Something you need to know about my dear sister Tabby, not my twin sister, just my little sister, is that she tends to freeze up during awkward situations.
I don't freeze. I keep talking.
Oh.
Her brain freezes. Her mouth keeps going.
Her mouth speeds up. Yeah.
I don't like this game already. I already know what you're gonna do.
So a couple of years ago, well, several years ago now, when I was still in high school, this is when I discovered my sister's a spaz, and she
You know the
panicked
story, Tab?
over
I do.
stupid things.
She lived it. She lived this.
She panics over dumb stuff. So back in the day, I drove the family car to the church, and then we were going on a youth retreat. But my parents needed to get the car and use it while we were gone, so I left the keys in the car. And I go on the youth retreat, and then I realized I needed to call my parents to let them know I had left the keys in the car. And so my friend Kirsty, hi Kirsty, she had a cell phone, but this was, almost 20 years ago, probably. Well,
Probably
not quite,
like
but
04.
it was, 15 years ago or more. And they didn't have data plans back then, or at least not good ones. We paid by the minute, if you can imagine such a reality. So she says, you can use my cell phone to call your parents. I didn't even have a cell phone at all. She says, you can use my cell phone, but I'm almost out of minutes, and I really don't want to run out of minutes in case I need it for an emergency, so just be quick. And I said, cool. So I dial.
No problem. I'm calling Tabby. This will be
fine.
great. Yeah.
I'm fine.
I'm
I
like
can do
8, by the way. This story.
So
That's
I call-
important.
I dial the landline, the home phone, trying to talk to mom or dad. Tabby answers the phone. And I say to her, okay, Tabby, I don't have a lot of time. That was my first mistake.
Right.
Already panicked.
And that was all she heard. Yeah.
Tabby, I
TikTok,
don't have a lot of time. I'm on Kirsty's phone and she's going to run out of minutes. So I just need you to tell mom or dad the keys are in the car and they'll know what I mean. And she goes, whoa. The keys are in the pot? What?
Yes. Listen, because you always tell this and you don't tell it right. You sound calm and collected and like I'm the crazy one.
Right.
Well, what
How it
happened is
happened.
it went bring, and I said hello, and you said, Tabby, I don't have a lot of time, but just tell mom and dad that the keys are in the car. And I was like, whoa, slow down, you psychopath. And you're like, Tabby, I don't have a lot of time. Just tell mom and dad.
There's no time.
You just kept saying I don't have any time and then didn't make any sense.
Are you dying? Man, are you
what I
dying?
I believe that's what she heard in her brain, but Kirsty was
Yeah.
standing right there, and both of us were cracking up because I said, just tell mom or dad the keys are in the car and they'll know what I mean. And Tabby acted like, she responded like I had just spoken French to her. She was like, what, who? And so, and that's not all. That's not all. Just a few months ago, when she first started doing the travel coordinating for John Branian Comedy, Tabby calls me again in a panic, and she's like, what do I do? I just sent an email and it said no subject in the subject line. I am such an idiot.
No, it's worse than that. It's worse than that because Google will put a subject if you don't. And so it was this big important business email to like a big guru
that's
guy. And all it said was in the subject line was, hi, Dave.
I just sent an email and the subject said, hi, Dave. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so stupid.
I was like imagining him opening his email and seeing all these important subject lines. Mine just said, hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Said,
So-
at least, yeah.
I'm crying.
So that's
Listen,
We
yeah.
probably didn't get the work, did we? That was when all of our shows dried up after that.
Yeah.
That's what I told her. So she panics. She panics all the time like that. And so like about a year and a half ago or so, somebody shared something on social media that was like embarrassing stories of times people's brains froze, but their mouths kept going. And I was like, I have to send this to Tabby. And so we started
I
reading
totally
them out loud.
related.
and we were both doing what Tabby was doing now, just wiping tears out of her eyes because she would have done any of these. Tabby would do any of these.
Any of these.
Kindred
Any of
spirits.
And that's why we're going to do embarrassing stories with Tabby.
I actually have one. It might not fit into today's, but it is a great story from my like sophomore or freshman year of college. You've heard it before, but do you want me to tell it?
We'll do it.
Center
Okay.
stage.
So I went to a Christian university, and so they had rules about men being in women's dorms and women being in men's dorms. But certain times of the week, for certain amounts of hours, they would have what was called open dorms, where you could just go into the other gender's dorm. But I played soccer. So I wasn't around for the one that was in the middle of a week on a Wednesday, like ever. And so I sort of just forgot it existed. And so there was a day that like soccer practice ended early. And my roommate at the time was one of the RAs. And so so I should have known better. And so she even leaves. She tells me, she's like, I'm going to go make my rounds, because when open dorms would end, the RAs would have to make their rounds and make sure all the opposite genders were out of the dorms. So I'm like, okay, have a great time. I'm done with soccer practice. So I start to change. And it gets to the point where like, I don't have any pants on. And my friend Sadie was in the room with me, and we're chatting, and I like go to the other side of the room, and that's when I can hear the RAs start to walk up the stairs, which was directly across from my room. They're like swinging their keys, they're talking, I can hear them, and that's exactly what happened. Was just mind panicked, had no idea what to do. I'm in my room without any pants on. I know there's a guy coming up the stairs, and I look at Sadie, and it feels like this all happened in an eternity. But I like chucked myself to the floor.
Cartoon style.
Which wasn't gonna help, but I was like, I knocked over a fan, which then crashed like into my desk, and like paper scattered and books flew. And I still realized, wait, I'm pantsless still. I'm just now on the floor. So I army crawled under my coffee table and just put my head down. All the while I look up at Sadie and I'm like, help me. So she gets up and she's got tears in her eyes, and she gets up and just closes the door. And then looks at me. And after we have a minute to process this, we both realize that I had the pants in my hand. And so my roommate later comes back and she goes, what happened? It just made us laugh all over again. She goes, because from my perspective, all I saw was, wow, we're doing crunk. And then like the door was closed. Yep.
Yep, this is going to be good. Yep. So we have embarrassing stories with Tabby.
I want to make a suggestion for renaming it. It should be called Embarrassing Stories with Tabby, and then in parentheses, wait, slow down.
It should just be embarrassing stories
Tabby.
about Tabby.
The first one says, and Tabby has actually heard this one before. My friend was driving. We were almost past our turnoff, so I tried to say quick and fast at the same time. And I ended up screaming, quack, which ended up with him judging me very hard and missing the turn.
Quack!
Quack!
It's like yelling, butt cracker!
What? It says he was judging her, but it's like, what are you supposed to do when you're out of the blue and they say quack it? What?
He judged me very hard.
I'm judging you so hard right now.
So good.
Well, and my favorite part of that is that quick and fast were not going to help him either.
Yeah.
Quack.
Quick.
Quick, what?
Quick what? You have to say
Yeah.
more words than that. A girl dropped her mittens on a subway, so I picked them up for her and said, here's your weapons.
What?
Bye.
I'm going to say that from now on, no matter
Here's
what
your
it is.
weapons.
Yeah. You pick something up, a handkerchief, a pacifier, a baby's pacifier.
Here's your weapon. I like it.
That's
Kids,
awesome.
Put your weapons on.
Oh my goodness. Okay, whoops, that's the same one. Hold on. We gotta go past that. That was from
Oh my gosh.
Crunchyroll.
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 Okay, this one, I love this one. I once asked a woman if she wanted a stool softener because I couldn't think of the word cushion.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
Tabby would totally call me in a panic if that happened to her. What am I gonna do?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm moving to Canada.
I called it a stool softener.
I will never
I'm moving
stop
out of the-
thinking about this.
I'm moving out
My
of the
life
English-
is over.
You're not alone, Tabby. We have so many other embarrassing stories. Hold on. I gotta click on it.
I do like them
Oh, that's
later.
so great.
Oh, same thing.
Yes.
Why are these doubling up?
Misty
Hi, Dave
Moore.
did forgive me and did email me
Oh.
back. So
Oh,
Did he?
because they're
Good.
coming in.
Coming
Yeah.
in with the person's name.
There we
Hi,
go.
Dave
There we
is
go.
a totally different.
Okay, Cheryl Dexter.
different guy.
One time I
Ugh.
accidentally told a man in a wheelchair that a shot of espresso would put some pep in his step.
Oh my gosh.
Or a squeal in his wheel.
Oh my goodness.
Or a roll in his stroll.
Put some pep in your step.
Or
Oh
a
my gosh.
spin in his schwinn. I don't know.
Spin in your schwinn.
Twin.
Oh God, you can't say
Oh
that.
gosh, it's brilliant.
Put some. I'm trying to think of a word that rhymes with wheel.
Okay,
I said
this
squeal in his wheel. Is the-
this next
Squeal
one
in
is
your
one-
wheel.
Yeah, I didn't hear it the first time.
That's good. This next one is one that makes me laugh because Tabby was just talking about how she plays sports, and this one makes me think of her a whole lot. In volleyball in 10th grade, my team lost almost every single game, but this one time we were ahead, and I was sitting on the bench literally praying we would win, and all my teammates started cheering for my friend who was about to serve, and I tried to join in the cheers, but instead of yelling encouragement, I accidentally yelled, "Dear Heavenly Father!"
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Listen, when you have a person
Dear
like
Heavenly
that,
Father.
Dear Heavenly Father.
it's why I just had to learn to laugh at myself because my life, I would be a recluse from
Same.
all the dumb things I've done.
Yeah. Same with me.
You can't be afraid of that. Letting the stupid out.
I used to
Look how happy it makes us.
run do we have more of these?
We do have more whenever if you
Well,
No, what's your story, Brian?
Well, I have a couple stories. One is
We
not
went
me.
crazy.
I used to run a magic store, like, Shazam and all that sort of stuff. And one of the employees, we had this pattern. We would always say, okay, we're going to mix things up. We're going to mix the cards up or whatever. And there was a Latino family that had come in, and he just was sitting there, and he just goes, "All right, let's mix things up." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, you did not just say let's mix things up, dude!" Like. And I have plenty of those. Like one of the things I always would do is sometimes I'll say things backwards. I'll just,
Yep.
And so I was saying goodnight to them, and I was to my staff, and I was like, "Hey, good job, ladies." And it came out, "Good ladies job." I was like, "That's right, good ladies job." All right.
Good
I
ladies.
Get it.
Good ladies job.
Last week, Suzanne told her drama kids she needed all the bear kids in the media center. She meant the kids singing
Oh.
bare necessities.
I need all the bear kids in the media center. Toot sweet.
And then the worst one, well, not the worst one, but one of the ones I do a lot is I used to get confused. I would say like, "Have a good night," and all that sort of stuff. And then one night I just said, "Have a night." I forgot the good. And I was just like, "Have a night." And I was like, "What did I just say?"
It's good to set the bar low.
Yeah, have a night.
Yeah.
Have
Whatever.
a night, everybody.
Like you can avoid it.
Okay.
So many bad.
I will
So
not have a night, just a morning.
I called my friend and just blurted out, "I did it. I dumped him." Turned out I didn't dial my friend's number, but the number of the guy I had just dumped.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I did that once. I went on a really angry rant in middle school to my friend about mom, but then I sent it to mom. And she was so mad at me.
Oh man.
It was my first instance of I will always check who I am sending things to.
My mom is so dumb.
She just goes, what is this? And I was like, oh no.
My blood just runs cold in moments like that. I can't do anything. It's just like you feel the blood just go like a cartoon. Yeah.
That's Tabby. She
That's
talks
like-
faster, but she's frozen.
Yeah.
That's the keys
I'd
are
like
in the
to
car.
Yep. The wheel's spinning, but
Mm.
nothing's happening.
It's just a going.
I love this
Oh
one.
my gosh.
The cashier at a shoe store asked me if I wanted to sign up for their rewards program. I said, no thanks, I don't really wear shoes.
I'm just here for the boxes.
I don't really wear them.
I like the receipts.
No thanks. I don't have feet.
I tie the strings around my feet, my toes.
Oh my goodness. How many more of these do I have? I have a bunch.
Wow.
They kill me.
This is going to be this is going to be a regular thing, right? This is
I
like
have- I just remembered another one about Tabby specifically too.
yay.
I do have one. I don't know if I can tell this in a funny way. That's why I was like, how can I say this funny? I was trying out for baseball in high school, and we're all lined up and we're taking turns. The coach is hitting pop flies, and then one guy will stand in front of everybody else and catch the pop fly and throw it into the infield. And so this one guy was a little less popular than me, which is saying I was maybe the second or third rung from the bottom.
He was a little less popular than me.
Yeah. So his parents were missionaries in Singapore, and he wore jeans to everything. And so it was 90-degree weather in Florida, and he's wearing blue jeans playing baseball outside. So that's kind of his vibe. That was his
like
vibe.
me. That's what I do.
Oh yeah. So everybody's telling him, the coach hits the ball, and everybody's telling him, move up, move up, move up. You got it. Come up closer, tighten up. And the ball hits like 10 feet behind him.
Oh, no.
Everybody goes quiet except for me, because I thought it was hilarious. And I went, my guffaw echoes off of the dugouts and everything. And everybody looks at me, and I'm trying to play it off. That I was like, whoa, who's that? That was weird. Who laughed?
Like one nerd laughing at another nerd.
Yeah,
nerd.
that's basically it. So, needless to say, I did not make it on the baseball team.
So
that's
Tabby,
I want
was
Tabby to tell
probably-
it.
What?
Go ahead.
Well, what do you want Tabby to tell?
This was a story about, it didn't actually, Tabby didn't say it, but it was a friend of hers when they were about to miss the bus on the
Oh
soccer.
yeah.
No, that was
Yeah.
what Emily said. That's my
Yeah.
friend Emily. Again, another soccer story. Apparently, when you play sports, you lose your
Man,
brain.
everything bad happens. Yeah.
This was in high school, though, and it actually wasn't me, which was surprising. Apparently, when I get around people who are even more panicky than me, I chill out. Because we were going to a tournament and we didn't have very long. We literally were let out of class to get on a bus to drive to a tournament. So we had, only like 5 minutes to get into all of our soccer gear and get on this bus and go. And so I am totally done. And people are like getting on the bus. And so I run. This was my mistake. I run around the corner and I'm like, Emily, we gotta go. Like right now, like they're getting on the bus. They're probably just going to drive away and forget us like they could. And I she's like not dressed. It's something about pants with us. And so she's not wearing pants. And I was like, you have to put your pants on. We have to go. And she starts panicking and she just yells, pants at a time like this. And so I started laughing and I was like, yes, Emily, always pants. You always wear pants. Let's go. Always a time for
I'll draw it out real big for you on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Always pants.
There is never a
Always.
time where pants are not needed.
So apparently Tabby's like weird panic has gone back even like farther than I first remembered, because she was like 6 probably, and she was in the bathroom with her pants at her ankles. She was sitting on the toilet. But
Always pants.
she left the doors open, and in
I
our
forgot
house,
about this.
at my parents' house, there were 2 bathroom doors. So the house goes in a circle, and the bathroom's at one end of the circus. There's 2 doors, so you can see all the way through the bathroom into the hallway. And so my friend and I are playing video games in the room connected to the bathroom. We're not paying attention. We're playing video games. And Tabby from the toilet realizes
panicking.
the door is open, and she yells to my friend, "Hey, Drake, don't look."
I was like, if they look up, they're going to see me, so I need to make sure they don't.
That they don't look.
Hey, don't look.
Don't look.
Yeah.
She goes, my
Yeah,
friend
of all the options.
But then I think I cried because you said, Tabby, like I did it on purpose.
She cried because she realized how dumb she handled
Oh my
that.
gosh.
I have one more that I just remembered that I'm surprised I forgot. When you were asking me those questions on the cruise ship, it was like a game we were playing. Do you remember what the game was?
Ship? I remember when I was at Mom and Dad's house again and asked you, "Hey, quick, as fast as you can, name the first vegetable that
Yes,
comes."
that was the cruise ship. That
I
was the
remember
cruise
this
ship
one.
with Cammie. Cammie was a baby. She was on my lap, and we were in the cruise ship library.
I
That's
said,
the one.
so you can tell a lot about a person if they answer. Most people answer the same answer to this question. So
Not
Tabby,
me.
real quick, what's the first vegetable that pops in your head? And she goes, a tomato. That's a fruit. I'm bad at this.
Don't ask me things.
Don't ask me things ever.
A tomato. That's a fruit. I'm bad at this.
It was all rapid, like it was one after the other. What's the first vegetable you can think of? A tomato. That's a fruit. I'm bad at this.
Juan or John, since you guys are on stage, have you ever said anything really dumb from the stage? Like I mistook a woman for a man by accident. Like I didn't mean to. I just always said sir and whatever, and like it just out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, yeah, no, sir, and she just goes, ma'am. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, Dad, there's actually on your YouTube video that I was just editing one that you did. Now you might have done it later as part of the bit, but at least the first time you did it, you have a segment where you say, "Have you ever done this on a Sunday morning? You don't have time to," and you're supposed to say you don't have time to eat breakfast, but in the clip at least you say you don't have time to go to church. And then you're like, that's dumb. Oh, got better things to do.
It's Sunday morning, right?
Yeah.
You don't have time. You got other stuff to do.
Got other
Okay,
stuff
I
to
really
do.
like this. I really like this one, so I want to do at least this one. I think I even have
Okay.
more after this, but
We'll save them for the others for.
we can
next
save them
time
for
we do
another
this, yeah.
time. But it says, I was walking out of my office building with my umbrella. A lady walked past and asked, "Hey, where'd you get that?" I'm assuming because she wanted to buy one for herself. But stupid, awkward me responded with, "It's mine," and promptly ran away.
All right, I wouldn't do that one.
It does sound like, depending on how she asked it, it does sound like an incriminating. Hey, where'd you get that? It's mine.
Hey, where did you
It's
get
mine.
that?
You cannot
I have
take
proof.
it.
It's mine. It's mine. And then ran.
So funny.
I didn't steal it.
Oh, gosh. I
Oh my
love it.
goodness.
That's
I
so
love it
great.
much.
I did the I did thing. I don't remember if I've told the story on SKUs about getting off the shuttle bus in the snow. Did I tell about that story?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I'm getting off the shuttle bus going to the airport, and it was fairly early in the morning. It was still dark, and it was snowing, and there was about 1.5 inches of wet, slippery snow. And so the shuttle bus driver was helping people get off of the bus to come into to get into the airport. And I'm a seasoned traveler and I'm a capable man. I don't need help from anybody. And so he's helping everybody else. And I'm coming down. I've got my little carry-on bag stepping off the bus, and he puts his hand out, and I go, "I'm okay." And I step onto the sidewalk, and my foot immediately slides out from under me. And I've lunged forward, and I grab the guy by both arms in a big hug. And then I slide down. I slowly slide down face to face with him onto the ground. So I was kneeling in front of him. No, I don't need your help to worship you. You know.
What about the people that asked you to take a picture?
Oh gosh. All right. Well, that one, we were on a cruise ship with Michael W. Smith, and it was towards the end of the week. And so when you're on a ship, they had the whole ship. And so everybody on the ship kind of knew who I was because I'd been on stage already multiple times. And so I was a known person on the ship. And so we were in Juneau, Alaska. It was one of the ports. And I'm sitting with one of the other staff members, and we're having a conversation in front of some shop somewhere. And this lady, this little Indian looking lady, like comes up to me and she goes, "Would you take a picture?" And I said, "Sure." And so I grabbed the camera from her, and Dina, who I was talking to, said, "I'll take the picture for you." So she takes the picture, and I put my arm around the lady and I lean my head up against her, and Dina's clicking away. She takes several pictures. And then we hand the camera back to the lady, and she has this weird look on her face. And she goes, "Were you praying with me?" And I'm the comedian. I'm like, "Yeah, I always pray for everybody that they take a picture with, ha ha ha." And I was way more familiar and friendly with her than I should have been, because I realized that she still wasn't smiling. She still wasn't going along with it. And then it occurred to me, oh, she's on a different ship than ours. She's not from our ship. She wanted me to take a picture of her standing in front of the totem pole at the shop.
Photo bomb.
Right. She just wanted me to take a picture of her. And so I grabbed the camera and we're like posing with her and everything. It was so...
Her slideshow at home. She's like, "And here's this strange
Crazy.
man."
They're
Yeah.
weird in Alaska.
Yeah. What kind of... It's like, of course I'll take a picture, but I have to be in it.
All right. Well, what do you think, Brian?
I think that's
Yeah.
man.
Good
That's
note.
That's a good note to end on. I think that's going to be our show. We have some stuff that we were going to get to, we didn't get to, but we'll have to do it in the next week or two. It's gonna be
We told you we had too much.
too much.
We told you.
We warned
That
you.
mammoth was just bursting from the seams. You just didn't see it. It was bursting from the seams.
We had too much and you didn't believe us. And so you owe us an apology, Brian. We'll have to do that next week, maybe.
We'll definitely do that next week. But so I guess we'll go into the snappy wrap up.
Well, I'm going to take Dad and Tabby out of the stream because I have to explain to the two of you how the Snappy Wrap Up is going to go this week.
Indeed.
Surprise!
Okay.
We've got a new little it's like the credits, but you're going to have to read them, and instead of being on a still slide, it's going to be moving this week. So as soon as I hit play on this thing, you guys are going to do your best to read and give people the information that they need. But good luck.
Oh, is there a method in which we shall?
Yes, indeed. Two of you are going to read tonight's wrap up like a married couple, an old married couple that's lost on a road trip.
Okay.
Okay.
Hang on, I have to pull.
Oh, she pops back in.
All right.
Quack!
Quack!
Quack! I say.
You're always saying that, Quack. You're not saying it the right way. What do you do? You always do this when we get behind the wheel. This is ridiculous.
I meant to say quick because we're missing the turn. And
You already missed. You're already supposed to do the JohnBranyan.com thing. So tell them about the comedian next door. No.
We're listening to the Comedian Next Door podcast. I thought you could hear it. Listen to all these people.
Look at all these people like Ray and Amber, John Branyan, Nancy, Beth, Scott, Chili, Vacay with the comics. Tell them
passed away last week.
Tell them about the Vacay with the comics. Tell them about the Vacay with the comics.
We always go on vacation with the comics in August 20.
What about for 20 seconds? You can go to patreon.com, Comedy Brian. I have to do everything in here. This is ridiculous.
I don't even want to find you on the Vivo.
He's good though. Castingcrowns.com, and you can find John Thomas Oakes. There he is. There's John Thomas Oakes. JohnThomasOakes.com. Make sure. You missed it.
Best thing about JT is when he's not here. Oh, this is the last thing. Oh, really? I'm dying, Margaret.
Have a night.